seen your GP. You discussed a health issue that needs a specialist opinion, maybe an orthopedic consultation, a gynecology review, or a cardiology review. Your GP says, "I'm going to refer you to the hospital." You leave the surgery feeling relieved that things are moving forward. But then, weeks pass. Then months. You check the post every day. You log into the NHS app. Nothing. Eventually, frustration sets in. You start to wonder, did the GP actually send it? Did it get lost in the post? Is my surgery hiding something, or has the hospital completely forgotten about me? If you've ever felt stuck in NHS waiting list limbo, you are not alone, and feeling invisible while waiting in pain or uncertainty is deeply unsettling. Hospital waiting lists in England remain extremely high. Although recent figures show some improvement, millions of people are still waiting for planned NHS care. Today, let's step behind the scenes of secondary care. We are going to look honestly at what actually happens after your doctor presses send on a referral, why waiting times vary so dramatically, and what your GP surgery can and strictly cannot do to help you navigate the system. Let's simplify what happens next. Many people imagine that once the GP presses send, the hospital simply books an appointment. But that's not how it works. Think of your referral as a journey and not a single event. It travels through several important stages. First, your GP decides that specialist care is needed. Second, the referral is prepared and sent from the practice. Third, the hospital receives it and a specialist reviews it. Fourth, the referral is prioritized according to clinical urgency. Fifth, you join the appropriate waiting list. Finally, when capacity becomes available, your appointment is booked. Each of those stages takes time. So here is one important idea I would like you to remember throughout this episode. Sent doesn't mean booked. Booked doesn't always mean seen immediately. And being seen doesn't always mean treatment happens that same day. Let us look at each step together. When your consultation ends, the referral process is only just beginning. In earlier episodes, we talked about general practice being like an iceberg. Above the surface is the doctor or nurse you talk to. But beneath the surface is an administrative engine that keeps your care moving. Once the GP decides to refer you, he or she dictates or drafts a clinical referral letter outlining your medical history, current symptoms, test results, and red flags. From there, the medical secretaries and referral coordinators take over. They check the patient details, attach the relevant clinical information, and submit it through the appropriate referral system. This ensures that when a hospital consultant opens your file, they have every piece of clinical evidence needed to make a safe decision. Primary care manages around 90% of all NHS patient contact. For a typical practice, that means our secretarial team processes dozens, sometimes hundreds, of hospital letters, urgent pathways, and referral submissions every single day. So if you haven't received a letter in 2 weeks, it is almost never because someone forgot to press send. In most cases, the referral is processed promptly. But referrals can occasionally require further information, be redirected, rejected, or need administrative follow-up. The next stage of the referral is the triage at the hospital. Delay can sometime occur at this stage. Once your referral arrives at the hospital department, it doesn't just sit in a chronological queue based on who asked first. It undergoes clinical triage by a hospital specialist or senior triage team. Hospital specialists divide incoming referrals into distinct pathways based on clinical risk. 1. Urgent suspected cancer pathways. When symptoms meet the criteria for suspected cancer, the referral follows an urgent pathway. The current, faster diagnosis standard aims for patients to be told within 28 days whether cancer has been diagnosed or ruled out. This is commonly called 2-week wait referral. 2. Urgent referrals, conditions that are not immediately life-threatening but risk rapid deterioration if left unassessed for months. For example, severe brain or rapidly worsening heart or lung symptoms. 3. Routine referrals, chronic, non-life-threatening conditions such as long-standing joint pain, stable skin conditions, or routine surgical assessments. This is where the reality of NHS capacity becomes stark. Because hospital departments must prioritize emergency admissions and 2-week wait pathways, routine outpatient slots fill up months in advance. Depending on the specialty and local pathway, the referral may be accepted onto a waiting list, redirected to another service, or returned for further information. Additionally, many hospitals now use a system called advice and guidance. The advice and guidance often happens before or instead of a formal referral. It allows primary care to seek specialist advice and may help avoid an unnecessary outpatient appointment. This brings us to one of the most common reasons patients call their GP reception desk. "I've been waiting 6 months for my hospital appointment. Can the GP write an expedite letter to speed it up?" It is completely understandable why patients ask this when living with pain or disruption to daily life. But here is the honest truth about how the system works. A GP cannot simply move a patient ahead because the wait is frustrating or inconvenient. Hospital booking teams manage queues based strictly on clinical priority and waiting time standards across the entire region. If GPs wrote letters asking to speed up every patient whose wait was long, the queue order wouldn't change. It would simply create hundreds of extra letters for hospital doctors to process. So, when can an expedite letter be written? An expedite letter is appropriate only if your clinical condition has significantly changed or worsened since the original referral was made. For example, if knee pain has suddenly progressed to an inability to bear weight, or if stable symptoms develop new red flags, your GP can send updated clinical details to the hospital consultant requesting that they review your triage category. The hospital then decides whether the triage category should change. If symptoms become severe or suggest an emergency, do not wait for an expedite letter. Use 111-999 or emergency services as appropriate. If you are currently waiting for a hospital referral, here are practical, constructive steps you can take to track and manage your care. Use the NHS app. Some referrals and waiting lists can now be viewed there directly online without needing to call the surgery, although not every provider or pathway is currently visible. Contact the hospital's appointments and booking team directly. Once a referral leaves primary care, the hospital booking team holds the waiting list information. You can contact the hospital's booking office, referral management center, or relevant outpatient department. They can confirm if your referral was received and give you an estimated time frame. If you cannot resolve the issue or are unsure whom to contact, Patient Advice and Liaison Service, PALS, may be able to help you navigate the organization. If you experience new symptoms, worsening pain, or red flags, contact your GP surgery. Your GP will assess whether an updated clinical report needs to be sent to the specialist. Under NHS, for eligible consultant-led care in England, patients normally have a right to begin treatment within 18 weeks. If this cannot be achieved, you may be entitled to ask whether a clinically appropriate alternative provider can see you sooner. This is not available for every pathway, so discuss it with the hospital or the NHS service managing your care. Waiting in uncertainty is hard, and it's okay to feel frustrated when the health service feels slow or opaque. So, if there's one thing I'd like you to remember from today's episode, it's this: a referral doesn't end when your GP presses send. That's actually where the next part of the journey begins. Understanding that journey helps explain why waiting can sometimes feel so long. Behind every waiting list is a complex balancing act of clinical urgency, limited capacity, and teams working as hard as they can to keep care safe. This is the diary of a UK GP. If you found this explanation helpful, please subscribe, share it with someone who might be waiting on a referral, and drop your questions in the comments below. Because trust in healthcare doesn't rebuild through arguments, it rebuilds through understanding. I'll see you in the next episode.